Hello adventurers, Merlin here, bringing you another Dungeons & Dragons adventure video. So, sailing along with our latest delivery, and we're going to be looking at issue 30 today. So yeah, we've got another fun-filled issue, and here it is. So yeah, for the issue we have, of course, a brand new adventure. We have bards that can wield swords. We also learn the colleges of Whisper for the bards, and we can also have a little bit more about downtime and fighting our rivals. And we also have a 3-page article all about the chase. So, Thrilling 30 then comes with a new giant dice, and we have a giant D8 in green and silver with a little pouch to store it in. Yeah, it's nice. Can't wait to have a complete set, but these are going to be nice, fun display pieces, I think, more than actual use. They're just going to do too much damage to tables, etc. But they're fun to use anyway. So yeah, this issue does focus on the chase, which we'll be covering as well in the adventure. So all pretty helpful information. So we're coming to the end of the original planned run of the contents of the magazine. We have had news that they are changing up the contents, and changes will be coming in from issues 43. So a couple more deliveries yet to go of dice, but after that things are definitely going to be changing for the better. I'll link the Fohammer article in my video description, and I might even put it as a pinned comment as well for you lot to be able to read for yourself. It's a very good article. Doesn't cover too much in depth, but it does give us an idea of what we are getting. Right, finally then, before we jump over to the table, don't forget to do all the usual. Like this video if you're enjoying the Dungeons & Dragons content, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and of course check all the links in the video description, including the Patreon page, where you'll get access to these videos earlier. But as I said in the last video, these videos are going straight to YouTube just so I can catch up and prepare for the next delivery. Right then, let's hop over to the table and take a look at our latest issue. So here we are then, issue 30. And yeah, we got a bard focused issue, so I'll take a close look at that in just a sec. And for this issue, we have a beautiful giant D8 in a little felt bag. So let's take that out. And yeah, we got the Dungeons & Dragons printing there in green this time round. So that's pretty cool. We had a couple of bags in red. We've had 2, I think, in blue. And yeah, we got another one now in green, which is pretty cool. And yeah, we got a nice bright green D8 here with silver embedded detail. Pretty cool. So let's see. Oops. A 4. Not too bad, I suppose. Second roll. Oh, 3. So, yeah, just a rather nice looking D8 there. And he can live in his bag like the others that I have. So yeah, not too bad, but not the best. But right, let's take a look at issue 30, which has a nice lot of information for us. So starting off then, of course, we have that new exclusive adventure. We have some new bardic colleges to look at. We also have fighting our rivals in between adventures, and master the art of the chase. Full contents of issue 30 then, we have Adventure 3, Encounter 30, Depths of Chrysilac. For Sage Advice, focusing on the DM, we have parts 1, 2 and 3 of Chases. Character creation, we have a page all about downtime, part 2, looking at what you can do. when you're not adventuring. And we have 3 new colleges for the Bards, Swords, Law, and Whispers. So, issue 30 comes with a large and monstrous dice, as large as the monstrous aboleth. Once you finish rolling the supersized D8, keep it safe in the enclosed pouch. And we have our QR code for D&D Beyond. So, Chase is part 1, the thrill of the chase. The kobold with the precious gems turns tail and flees into a crowded market. Let's cut to the chase. So yeah, chases, much like in a movie or TV, are a series of excitement and can be a thrilling experience filled with action, tension, and close scrapes, and even daredevil flourishes. So you've got things that can be encountered like obstacles, fast-moving vehicles, and of course other pedestrians. So yeah, very handy, and yeah, it's not that, it may seem simple, but it's up to the DM to throw in some wild cards. So the chase sequence begins with determining the participants. A chase requires 2 types, quarry and pursuer. There can be multiple of each. You roll initiative as you would for a fight, and then you act in initiative order, obviously. Determine starting distance, so you want to consider the distance between you and the person you're chasing, and how quickly it'll take to catch them. Then we of course begin the chase, so take it in turns using initiative order, just like combat. You can move, use an action and a bonus action and a reaction. So on your turn you want to make sure you move as fast as possible, and then also take an action. Most participants will focus on dash, though this can be a little abusive. So for chases, we add a little additional consequence for multiple dashes. So a participant can use dash without consequence equal to their 3 plus a constitution modifier. After this, you'll need to take a DC 10 Constitution save in order to try and dash, otherwise suffer exhaustion. If they reach 5 levels of exhaustion, they of course will collapse and are out of the chase. Not die, luckily. Other actions than dashing, of course, you can use actions such as casting a spell, attacking, other non-dash actions. Use them wisely, otherwise you could end up falling a bit behind. You can't make opportunity attacks against each other as they're usually all moving in the same direction at the same time, but non-participants can make opportunity attacks on passing pursuers or quarry, such as guards trying to apprehend those involved. You want to check for escape, so chase is over when the quarry is caught, when either side drops out, or when the quarry escapes. Assuming neither side quits at the end of each round, each quarry must take a dexterity stealth check. The result is compared to the highest passive wisdom perception score in the pursuers. If the quarry is still in the lead, pursuer's sight, the check automatically fails. Certain escape factors, though, can affect that check, giving the quarry advantage or disadvantage. We'll explore these in part 3. And then quit or continue. So if the quarry fails the check, the chase continues. If they succeed, they escape. But if this does not necessarily mean they've outrun the pursuers, they might have ducked into a handy nook or melted into the crowd. So yeah, plenty more though to do. Chases part 2, we look at the different complications that can happen. So chases don't need to be straightforward. Use a complications table to place extra obstacles in the way of adventurers. So a good chase is a story within a story. It has its own little challenges and victories to overcome. Adding complications make the chase much more than dash every turn. Complication tables for urban and wilderness environments are overleaf. You can also check out water chase complications in this issue's encounter. And nothing stopping you from designing your own. So each table has a D20, and 10 or less you'll have a complication, but 11 to 20 you're fine, you've passed. Then we have some creatures that might hinder you, so swarm of insects that you've ran through. There's also guards as well. So yeah, Pretty fun little table just to roll on. And finally then, Chase 3, wrapping it up. So from creating your own maps to dealing with characters splitting up, here are some final thoughts on the art of the chase. Now you know rules for making basic chase in D&D, it's time to make you a master. Here are a few tricks that will help you get to next level chases. So making maps and mapping out your chases, these can be just as simple as a flowchart. You don't need to go too overboard with it, but some people do enjoy the immersiveness of a actual street map that they can run to and fro from. You of course design new chase tables, so if you think the tables are a little too easy to pass, you could make a little bit more difficult table depending on the location you are chasing through. Chase isn't just about running, perhaps you need to control animals that are pulling a cart, so you'll need to use wisdom animal handling, as well as stuff such as controlling boats and any characters that have flight. So there's ways you can split up the chase. You can tell some of your team to go one way, you go another way, such as head them off at the pass. There's ways to reverse roles, so the hunter has become the hunted, the well-known phrase goes. And then a great chase is a great story. So yeah, some nice little tips there for the DM and how to make things shake up a little bit. I do like the mention here of when Han Solo turns the corner chasing a stormtrooper to find a load on parade, and they turn and chase him. Very cool. Moving on to some character creation pages, we look at Downtime Part 2. So the quest is over, the monster has been slain, the corrupt noble ousted, the spellbook retrieved. So what's your adventurer going to do until they're called to arms once more? We explore some more ideas. So yeah, here we see a adventurer who's returned to the gym, and yeah, he's not kept up his training, he's just fallen flat on his face there. So yeah, it hasn't gone terribly well for the poor guy. He used to really stop adventuring. But in part 1, we explained the concept of downtime activities, and now we're going to look a little more in depth at it. So yeah. So things you can do are earning gold, crafting items, should be made known to your players. They're a great tool for players to direct the story between plots. So perhaps you also have a rival. So who's your Black Cat to your Spider-Man, the Newman to your Seinfeld, and your Team Rocket to your Pikachu? A rival isn't an outright villain, but consistently trying to foil or hamper a character's pursuits. Creating character rivals as NPCs can add tension and obstacles to downtime activities while keeping the stakes light and breezy. So yeah, you can combine this with other activities. Perhaps you like to do underground pit fights, and perhaps your rival is either betting against you or even indeed fighting against you. Perhaps you're a criminal and you enjoy a little bit of crime in your downtime. So what are you going to do? Are you going to be planning your next big heist? Are you in the process of gathering your crew? Or are you indeed about to launch your heist? Plenty of things to think about there. Moving on, we've got 3 bardic colleges to look at. So first off, the College of Swords. Blade-wielding bards who follow this college can use their talents to both entertain and strike down enemies. So bards are jack of all trades, learning myriad skills and creeds. Those bards who find themselves walking similar paths from loose associations known as colleges, and each bardic college gives its followers different character class features. So yeah, bards who join the College of the Swords, known as the Blades, will often entertain in crowds, performing daring feats of weapon prowess, such as sword swallowing, mock combats, knife throwing, and even knife juggling, using their weapons to entertain before putting them to use. So yeah, weapon and armor proficiencies. When you join this college, you gain proficiency of a scimitar or medium armor, allowing you to wear hide and a chain shirt, scale mail, breastplate or half plate. As a spellcasting focus, you will use a melee weapon. that you're proficient with as a focus for your spells. This includes club, dagger, great club, hand axe, javelin, light hammer, longsword, mace, quarterstaff, rapier, scimitar, short sword, sickle, or spear. Then, of course, as you are skilled warriors, you will get either dueling, you can use dueling or two-handed fighting, two-weapon fighting even. Same as two-handed fighting, is just fighting with two things. Then you got special flourishes that, as a member of the College of Swords, you get. So defensive flourish, slashing flourish, or mobile flourish. Moving on to the College of Law. So bards who follow this college can use their biting put-downs to influence the actions of other creatures. So while most loose associations known as colleges, members of this college actually do attend colleges. They are complete with classrooms and dormitories. They share knowledge of others. So they will often meet in libraries, festivals, fair and affairs of state, where they might expose corruption, unravel lies, or poke fun at self-important figures. So yeah, pretty fun little college to join. Bonus proficiencies then, so each bard at college gifts its followers with different character class features. Bards at the College of Law know something about most things, collecting fragments of knowledge and sources as diverse as scholarly tomes and peasant tales. This is reflected in their skill. When a bard joins this college, they gain proficiency in 3 skills of their choice. Cutting words. College of Law bards learn how to use their wit to distract, confuse, and otherwise sap the confidence from the competence of others. So that's pretty cool. If you've got quick wit, perfect for you. Role-playing opportunities. So College of Law subclass can represent many different interpretations of the bard, encompassing a number of disparate character types. Are you a flamboyant travelling performer, perhaps a wizened village elder always ready for the story, or are you a chronicler writing a book on civilizations and monsters you encounter? Finally then, we have the Bardic College of Whispers. Those who join this college use the reputation of bards as joyful entertainers to their advantage. Most folk are happy to welcome bards into their midst. Bards of the College of Whispers use this hospitality to appear to be like other bards, sharing news, singing songs, and telling tales of audiences they gather. In truth, the College of Whispers teaches its students that there are wolves among sheep. So, yeah, possibly one of the darker, I suppose, in a way, colleges. You will sow misintrigue, etc., by spreading falsehoods and using your words as a form of terror. So, true to their insidious nature, College of Whisper bards learn to infuse innocent-seeming words with subtle magic that can inspire terror. If the bard speaks to a humanoid alone for at least 1 minute, they can attempt to seed paranoia on the target's mind. And they can also summon psychic blades, so gain the ability to make their weapon attacks magically toxic to a creature's mind. So pretty potent. Yeah, some nice new colleges for us to think about for creating our own bards. Moving on to issue 30's adventure, The Depths of Cressilac. So again, balanced for third level adventurers, creating your own or using pre-generated characters, 1 to 2 hour playtime, encounter background. Cruising on the back of the Wave Mother's Mercy, the party continues its quest to retrieve the Cloven Scepter, a powerful evil relic sought by the cult of Orcus. Lord Ander Stonecliffe informed the party that the relic was rumoured to be on a ship called the Devil's Dew, which sank several decades ago off in the Sea of the Moonshae. After asking around in Narhelm and saving Lanya Aloro, the party learned that, like many treasures lost in the region, a cargo of the Devil's Dew was probably taken to the temple of Sekala in Cressilac. To survive the crushing depths of Cressilac, Lanea suggested that the party seek the aid of the merfolk residing in the Bay of Norland. After rescuing the merfolk's beloved minstrel, the party is rewarded with magical cloaks that allow them to breathe and maneuver underwater. Now they can finally dive into the Sahuagin city and retrieve the Cloven Scepter from the Temple of Sekala. So our encounter goals: to complete this encounter, must descend into the depths and reach the temple. So, sounds simple enough. But will it be? Dun dun dun! So yeah, this is our location here on our map. So we're heading into the depths. So, we have to put our new magic items to use. Special cloaks allow us to breathe underwater. So we've got the dark blue. Hunter Shark patrols the areas, must pass a DC 12 group stealth check to avoid it, otherwise it'll attack. Can be dissuaded with a DC 12 animal handling check. Then we have the Crocilic Trench. So we've got various sea caves and things to do. So we are actually trying to outrun a patrol of Swagin. So we've got a navigation table here for the caves, the guarded cavern, and then we've got chase complications table for underwater. So the chase developments: if the sentry exits the cave, the guards of the nearby temple are alerted. 2 Swag and Coral Smashers swim to attack the party. If the sentry escapes, patrols in the region actively look for the party, making the exit from the temple more challenging. And then into the temple, we move to counter 31. So it's a bit of a two-parter. So we got different stat blocks. We got our Hunter Shark there. We got our Swagin, and we got our Coral Smasher Swagin as well. All right, that's everything for issue 30. I'll bring back our dice, and we'll give you my final thoughts on this issue. So there we have it, another issue of Dungeons & Dragons Adventurer down. And yeah, again, it's a little lackluster on the gifts, but I think most of it comes with the decent knowledge we get on the actual inside. Handy pages then for the DM, including 3 pages for the chase. And we've got some nice new information on how to do downtime, as well as some new colleges for our bards to learn. Pretty handy there, I think. Yeah, other than that, not a bad issue, not great. The dice is definitely a bit of a letdown, just a single giant dice, but we are expected to get a complete set of these. We've now got 3, the D20, a D10, and a D8. I can't remember if they've revealed what's going to be next, but I get the feeling it'll be either D4 or D12, possibly. I'm not too sure. I'll have to wait and see. Like I said, I'm going to put a link in the comments section down below about Fohammer's article about what's coming in future issues. There's also the link to his article in the video description as well, if you want to keep up to date with everything that's coming in future issues. So yeah, another issue that's going to be, I think, a 4 out of 5. It's just a gift that lets it down. I think other than that, the knowledge inside the issue is definitely worth a good solid 4. So yeah, there we have it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. So thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, keep rolling those crits.